Welcome back to the channel, Life Path 9. Thank you for being here today. We are going to do the reading in two parts. So we will do the collective reading, and I will, at the end of the tarots, I will pull out some oracle cards as well. So we'll take a look and see what messages come through there, and then we will do the pick card section. So the cards will have, they could have a yes, could have a no, could have a maybe on them, and you get to choose. So I generally feel called to pull 3. Every now and again I do pull 4. So you get, I'll put them up on the screen. You get to choose. So if you have a question that you want a yes no answer for, stick around for that, okay? And if you get a maybe, it's just, you know. Oh, that fell. Right, okay. They fell, so they come in reverse. Ah, okay. Ah, wow. So good cards to get in the reverse. They fell down on the floor, so that they ended up reverse. Okay, because I've not shuffled the deck. Life Path 9. You have the 9 of Swords and the 8 of Cups in reverse. I'm going to go into that in a second, but I just want to quickly look at some of your personality characteristics. So you are a very compassionate life path. You're classed as one of the compassionate, most compassionate life paths. You can have an idealistic nature as well. You really are a humanitarian. You want to see the world in a better place, you know, the new world, the new earth, bringing that forward and be a part of that as well. You are also very creative and artistic as well. And remember, artistic doesn't necessarily mean painting. There's so many different ways that you can express yourself in an artistic manner. But there's definitely a very artistic and creative aspect to a Life Path 9 as well. And also wise, philosophical and generous. You have a very generous heart, very wise, philosophical. You can see the deep meanings. And do the hard questions, you know, look into them at a deeper level. You're not afraid to look at the more challenging aspects of human nature and of the collective, the individual and the collectives. So you've got there's a very, very strong personality characteristics that make up Life Path 9. Number 9 is nearing to the end of the cycle as well. After 9 comes 10. We come back to 1, back to the leader, so back to the beginning. So it's coming, you know, these endings, or wanting to see the old way die out and the new way being brought forward. Innovative, very innovative. Right, okay, Life Path 9. So let's look into these cards that fell out. But before I do, I was moving the Keepers of Light deck, no, Light Seers deck. I was moving this deck, and I was going to use this. I usually use this. I've been these set of readings I've been using these little cards first, and then using the Light Seers deck secondly. But I looked at the bottom of the deck. Firstly they kind of like split, and then the High Priestess was showing, and then I looked at the bottom of the deck and we had the World card coming through. So really strong energy. Two major arcana cards. I always say arcana, but I think it's arcana, isn't it? Arcana. Major arcana cards coming through. The High Priestess, all about looking at the inward journey, you know, trusting the intuition, seeing deeper truths, which coincides with a Life Path 9 personality. And the World, as I was just talking about, the end of the cycles, Life Path 9 coming to the end of the cycle. But I feel as well, and this is why these cards are good that they've come in the reverse, because the 9 of Swords, I'm not going to say right way, that's in the upward position, is what I call the anxiety card. So letting go of anxieties. This is a releasing of fears, winning through, pushing through a fear, finding new ways. And it's interesting because the 8 of Cups, the emotional body, the emotional body, the 8 is the release. We're in an 8 year as well now, but the 8 is all about releasing, and but it can sometimes be with the 8, when it's in the upright, it can be being trapped by old emotions and this need for release. So there's kind of like a block, but you've got them in the reverse. So there's unblocking of old energy. So if you have been feeling stuck, so things ruminating, feeling stuck on something, maybe not being able to let something go, or not knowing what direction to go in, if you have been, say, something quite intense or challenging to come up and you've just not known which way to go, them answers are coming through for you, or you're just going to find that the energy just shifts. Sometimes it can happen, like you can go to sleep and wake up and it's like it's changed. It happens sometimes in your sleep, like the subconscious mind, it reprograms itself whilst you're asleep. It's great. But whatever has been blocking you, or you've been stuck on, is about to shift and change. This is going to help you with deeper insights into yourself, deeper understanding about others as well, and also move into a new phase of your life's journey. So completing a cycle and then coming back to the beginning, which with the Fool's journey. So I wouldn't be surprised if you don't get the Fool in a reading that comes up after this one, because once the cycle's completed, it's time to start the new journey and bring in the new. Okay, so also you have the 3 of Cups, so it's a time of celebration. It's a celebration time. I do feel as well, if there's been something you've been struggling letting go of, and it's kind of like been affecting everything you're doing, or been infecting you being able to enjoy life as much as what you used to do, or this is shifting as well, so you're finding more enjoyment. You may be finding it more pleasurable being around others as well, because sometimes when these emotional blocks are happening, it can be a bit challenging being around other people. But the shift is helping you to feel a lot more connected to others as well, with the 3 of Cups there, and then we have the 6 of Pentacles energy, beautiful energy. So this is going into these characteristics of yourself, Life Path 9, as I said, humanitarian aspects of you, the ideological, the giving and sharing and feeling connected to that way of life again. So I do feel there may be something that made you feel a little bit like stuck or in denser energy, or not necessarily really negative, but just not feeling quite yourself. And this energy is shifting and moving, and I feel you're just feeling more and more in alignment with yourself. I love this card as well, 6 of Pentacles. I just love the colours on it. It reminds me of spring as well. And what's coming to my head is feeling like spring in the middle of winter, you know. So because we are in the southern in the northern hemispheres, we are in winter, right? Well, we're just about to come into winter. So at the time of recording this, although it is timeless, but even though the weather outside might not be spring, your inner world is feeling like spring, like the birthing of the new. So new ideas coming through as well. I feel space has been cleared now, so new ideas or old ideas that you may have had but you didn't know how to move forward with them ideas, finding ways through that. But the word I'm getting is rejuvenation. Okay, rejuvenation, yes, of the inner world. Let's just get the shadow work card and see what these say. I probably should do these at the beginning of the reading, but where have you gone? Where are you? One's flipped over. Where are you? Ah, right, okay. So you have deception, okay? So these are just looking at the shadow aspects of the human nature. This is not, let's just see what it says. A slippery slope erodes trust. Honesty fosters connection and authenticity. Integrity, transparency, trust. So getting this along with the Three of Cups as well, and you know, this is the friendship card and celebration card as well. Connecting with others. Also, the Six of Pentacles is connecting with others as well, the give and take. So there is something that there's maybe for some you've been feeling a little bit wounded by, you've been hurt, or somebody betrayed you in some way and you've been feeling wounded about it, and it made you a little bit cautious, but you're starting to be able to feel more like be able to move through that now and be able to connect with others again, and that the feeling of vulnerability, not feeling as vulnerable, you've sorted through what you was feeling, and it's now time to start to connect with others again and trust that you can yourself detect what is good for you and what isn't. And because if you have been betrayed, and you know, sometimes it can make you feel like, oh well, I don't want to be around people in case it happens again, or especially if you've seen like what we call red flags and you've ignored them, and you kind of like kept giving people chances after chances after chances. You have to learn to retrust yourself again, that in the future you will act accordingly quicker, you know, do you know what I mean? So there could be a little bit of that as well, like just trusting yourself a lot more, to that you're not going to, if you see behaviours in people, in others, that you feel is not for your highest good, that you're going to act on it straight away. So because deception is not just about like others deceiving you or us, it's about us deceiving ourselves, you know, in terms of not wanting to see the truth. But I do feel where you're at now, you've been through quite a lesson. There's been a lesson's happened, and you're coming out the other side of that lesson and feeling more in alignment with self, more in alignment with spirit, and more in alignment with your own inner wisdom, and trusting that own inner wisdom, with the first card that came through for you, which was the High Priestess. So more in connection with your own inner wisdom and trusting you know what's best for you moving forward. Okay, so let's get a card with a numerological number on there in numerology, and these cards have a nice message on them. Usually they're usually nice. Oh, so you have 1717, you see that 1717. We can take that down to 88, and then again we can take that down. 8 and 8 is 16, take that down to a number 7, highly spiritual number. It's like literally one of my favourite numbers, number 7. Okay, so the card reads, the message is self-reliance. Time has come to rely on your knowledge. It's kind of like what I've just been saying to you, isn't it, with the wisdom, the inner wisdom. Your wisdom and your ambition. You have an important soul mission and life purpose. Leaning on your inner strength will allow more of your path to unfold ahead of you. And this is what's happened. There has been a kind of like a leveling up, if you like. Right, so the affirmation that comes with this card is, as I take leadership of my life brings a flow of good fortune and good blessings. Okay, so that was the message for you. Now what I'm going to do, Life Path 9, is get the cards out with the yes, no. Some of them have a maybe on them. If you want to get your question ready, and I will pop the cards up on the screen so you can see which card you feel the most drawn to. Okay, life path 9. If you need more time, please pause the video. I am about to turn over card 1. So the answer for card 1 is a yes. If you chose this card, your answer is a yes, and it came through on the Knight of Wands with passion. I don't know whether it doesn't have to be relevant to your question, but I just tell you what card it is in case it is. Card 2, your answer is a no, and this comes through with the 4 of Swords, and the key word on here is rest. And for card 3, we have a yes with the Ace of Cups. New beginnings is generally, let's see what it says. Oh, outpouring it says on the cards, but Ace of Cups is, yeah, it's like a new emotional beginning. Okay, it can be new relationships, new friendships, or just a new way of feeling about the world around you and yourself and life and such. So that brings the reading to a close, Life Path 9. It has been an absolute pleasure reading for you, as always. So please take care of yourself. Good luck with whatever is happening with you at the moment. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more of my content. Take care. Bye-bye.